Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I will warn you that today's video is coming to you with very little pre-planning and preparation. From hair and makeup to stitchy stuff. I tried to film this video several times in the last week and a half, and things just kept happening. I was prepared then, and then, well, I put everything away because Morris. And today I just decided I have the day off. Today is September 3rd, 2018, and perfect day for filming. So you get what you get. Unfortunately, that may be I may be very scattered, but here I am. Let me give you a quick life update. It's been a crazy month. School is back in session. There have been some long days, some long hard days, but we're getting there, and I love the students that I'm with. And we're getting to know each other. So it's early days. It'll get better, right? I want to thank you all for all your comments on my previous video, all your wonderful comments about Morris. He's not with us today because he's probably around hour 8 of his 16-hour nap. So I thought I would just let him sleep. But thank you all for all your likes, all your comments. I appreciate those, and so does Morris. And thank you also for your suggestions on what I should do about the charts that I received that had a smell to them. I am currently airing those out through the charcoal that someone suggested, because I would really like to be able to keep the charts rather than make a working copy and throw them away. So we'll see how that works out. They are in a bag with the charcoal and waiting. I'm waiting patiently. What have I been up to this month? It doesn't seem like a lot stitching wise. I will show you my 2 finishes. I have some whips and I have some gifts from some lovely cross stitch friends. So first up is my 2018 Christmas ornament project. If you recall, I have been doing some Prairie Schooler small Santa cards, and this month I just decided to go ahead and do a second one of the Nutcracker that I had done over here. So the 2 gentlemen on my list will be receiving this little guy. So I have one more to go. Just ignore that thing in the middle, that not even halfway finished Santa. I was playing around and decided I didn't want to continue him at the moment. So again, that's Prairie Schooler. I'm stitching that on, I believe it's a 32 count using 2/2 just with the call for DMC. Next up is my Little House Needleworks Farmhouse Christmas. I am still behind a month. I do have the chart. I just haven't gotten around to stitching it. But I did finish block 6, and I'll see if I can just hold this up. This is where I am. I think before I do block 6, I'm going to go ahead with the border, continuing it on down to where I have completed the blocks. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Confederate Gray. I think that's by Weeks Dye Works, and I'm stitching 1/2. So here's the finish of that block. I've loved every single block. I can't wait to start on the next one, but I want to get that pesky border along a bit further before I go any further with the blocks. My works in progress. If you follow me on Instagram as Primitive Stitcher on Instagram as well, you know that Smurfette Stitches and myself are doing a stitch along, and that is by Butternut Road, and it's called Summer Sampler. Will look something like this when I finish. And I forgot to see what fabric I'm doing this on. I think it's a 32 or 36. And this is where I've gotten to. This piece is riddled with mistakes. I'm leaving them. You'll notice that some alphabets are missing here, and I have not completed these flowers because while I thought I had the right color of thread, which I'm using Karen Wildflowers, stitching at 1/2, I started stitching and I realized that I thought I had ordered the correct number, but I had not. So those are now on back order. So this is a very slow stitch along. I'm in no hurry. I'll wait to receive the threads and then I'll continue on. But it's been fun, and it's been nice stitching with one thicker. The wildflowers are thicker. It's probably the equivalent of 2 like DMC strands to get that nice bold look. But I love that bean. We started that on August 1st. You're welcome to join in. I'll try to remember to put the hashtag down in the description box of that sale that we're doing on Instagram, and would love you to join us. My next whip, which is from Stitch Mania 2017, I believe. It's called Pepper Cricket Farm. It's a Charles Wysocki piece. And this is going to be difficult to see maybe, I completed the white. Basically, I completed this section right here. And I'm stitching this on 28 count 2/2 using the call for DMC. I had a day where I just needed some mindless stitching, and so I had outlined that section and just did a lot of the white fill in. And then my final piece that I worked on this month, which I had somewhere here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's still in here, in my project bag, is from Shakespeare's Peddler. Jenny Bean's Halloween Sampler. Will look something like this when complete. And I'm stitching this on, I've forgotten what count it is. I think it's a 36, but when I hand dyed it, it closed up some of the linen, and so it's probably now more like a 40. this is where I am on this one. The last time you saw it, I had it done, completed down to here. So this time I have been working on the verse. I have just a little bit more of the verse to go, and then I can start on that beautiful border. It's probably going to take me a while. I'll show that again. And I'm stitching this using the Call for Threads 1/2. There we go again. I've really enjoyed working on this piece, and I would like to get it finished by the end of the year, but we shall see. And that is hand dyed by me, very prim. Love it. And that's it, my friends, for my stitching this month. I feel like I haven't accomplished a lot, although I do have a secret thing that I'm stitching on and some things that I'm working on that I can't show you right now. But for the most part, I haven't had the time. But that's not true. I've had the time. I've just been, by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted at the end of the day, mentally, and a little physically, but mostly mentally exhausted, that my mind can't focus on stitching. So hopefully as the year rolls on, my body and my brain will adjust, and I will get back into a normal stitching routine for me. I would love to share with you some things that I received. 2 items were gifts. One I want to give away. The first one being from Lisa Clarke, and she was giving away the July wordplay from Brenda Gervais. It looks like this. And I won, and Lisa so sweetly included in this gift these yo-yos, which I can put to very good use, and a handful of buttons. So thank you, Lisa. I really appreciate those. Can always make good use of those, and I love these yo-yos. I remember as a child being at my grandmother's house, and she was making a quilt that required yo-yos, and she taught me how to make these, but I must confess I've never made them since then, but this kind of has me intrigued, and so I might pick up a project that incorporates those. The next item that I received was so sweet as well, and came at a perfect time. And this is from Swanky Sam on Facebook, or on, I'm sure she's on some of the Facebook pages, but on Instagram. She sent me the sweetest note. All of these just touched my heart, and they came at perfect times to brighten my day. But I'll show you what she sent. She made me this lovely project bag, and I have a special place in my heart for Amish designs, and this was just perfect. And then she backed it with this beautiful fabric from Blackbird Designs. Perfect. And this is a perfect size too for like these smaller charts. I love it. And along with that, she sent another piece of Blackbird Designs fabric, which I will hold up and show you here. It's absolutely beautiful. And I haven't decided what I want to do with this. So many things I've thought of, I just can't decide right now, but it's just beautiful. And that's not all. Not even close. She sent me this design, which funny enough, this came from Sherry Burkett. And Jill had won it on a giveaway from Sherry. And I remember when Sherry was doing that giveaway, I think I put my name in for it. I loved seeing Sherry's finish of it, and it's just perfect. And so Jill just thought of me when she finished it and sent it on to me. So thank you. I can't wait to stitch that. That might be like a new start. And then she also sent this from Stacy Nash, but I, however, had already stitched this. So I checked with her to see if she would mind if I passed the stash on to someone else. So I will be doing that either in a giveaway or just choosing someone at random from my subscribers, and I'll be giving this away. It's a beautiful piece. Hang on 1 second and I will go get the piece that I finished. Be right back. Sorry, squeaky floors. Here's the piece finished, and this is a little bit of my own decision of how to do this, but the pattern tells you how to make the sewing pocket and the beautiful little pin keep. So like I said, I will be passing that on in one way or another in the future. I just don't have time right now to do a giveaway. I don't have time to like remember what my name is most of the time. And last but definitely not least, my stitchy friend April of April, May, June, who lives in the UK, contacted me to see if I would be interested in this chart. And of course I was like, yes, please, because it's bee themed. And I love anything and everything bee related. And this is by Westminster Designs. It's called the Beehive Sampler. And that is what that looks like. So I'm going to be adding that to my ever-growing giant bee project that I started during Stitch Mania 2018. So thank you, April. That also came on a perfect day when I got home and checked my mail, and it brought a huge smile to my face, and it warms my heart. This has got to be one of the kindest communities I've ever belonged to, and I just thank you all, not just for when I get gifts in the mail, but just for sharing your love of this hobby, obsession, addiction, whatever you want to call it. Sending good thoughts, or encouragement. Just this community, I've said it before, I will continue to say it, is one of the kindest ones that I've ever been involved in, and I hopefully will be involved in for many, many more years. Of course, I have zero other haul apart from the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, which I've seen others do a flip through of. I will not repeat that. I believe Bendy Stitchy did a flip through, so if you would like to see that, I invite you to go over to her video and watch that. What else? What are my plans? like I said, I have some projects that I'm working on for the October retreat that I can't show you yet. So I'm going to continue with those. I'm going to continue on with my little house, farmhouse Christmas, and like I said, one more ornament and I'll be done with those, and then try to get those fully finished. And I think though for the rest of September, I'm going to be focusing on more fall themed projects, including Halloween and maybe a new start of the Hocus Pocus, because that fits into that category. I may do some photos or something of my new display, which by the way has been dismantled several times by our friend Morris. For some reason, he is really intrigued with this particular display, and things have come crashing down on more than one occasion. So I'll try to catch it on a day where he has not been up there moving things around on me. But today is not that day. I hope this finds you all well and you have a great Stitchy month. I do also hope to do a stitch with me. There's a project that I have been working on, oh my goodness, probably since April, on and off since April, that I have wanted to do a stitch with me video on. And like I said, every day that I have it planned to film, something happens, and it's not bad things. Like I was gonna do it late yesterday afternoon. My son called me up. He's like, Mom, I have steaks. I'm bringing them over. What do you have that go with it? So it's not bad things. He brought over a film to watch while we were waiting on things to cook, which was Deadpool 2. And I admit I cried a little bit at the end. Those are not my typical choices in film watching, but it was good to spend time with him, and it was actually much better than I had anticipated, as was Deadpool 1, but which I also watched with him. So down a rabbit trail. The point is I keep making these plans and they keep getting side railed by good things and sometimes not so good things. But hopefully I will get to that, because I would like to do a share with you of how I stitch on certain things, and hopefully that will happen this month. So until I see you next time, my friends, I wish you all well and happy stitching. Bye for now.